Alright, I should be live. Sebo everybody. Wow, weekend already. Taking this opportunity to test out live because I'm thinking of doing more live on YouTube just to share more about the crypto and also the experience. So this is a very interesting weekend. So you could see on the screen. So this weekend I actually got my first crypto 10x. But there's a limit on how much I buy. So it's IDO. So the maximum can only buy 1,005. So 10x is also is 15. I think there are a lot of people that managed to get this also. But today, I also want to take this experience to share about my yield farming, right? Some of the mistakes I made. So let me get started. So this is a live and I'm still also trying to figure out how to do it seamlessly. So there will be some technical errors. Okay, so let me get started. Okay, so I'm sharing some of the lessons. So the first thing I want to share is actually this farm, the Geist farm. This is on the Phantom network. Actually started on October 6th. When it first started, it grew about 3 billion TVL in a single day. Right, so you can think of it like Aave is a money market where you can lend and borrow money. The team is anonymous, but they implemented multi-sig on their code. So today, right now, let you take a look. So if you see this, it's very much like Aave, right? The design itself. So you can put in asset. When you supply the asset, you will get the deposit and APR. For their Geist token, and if you borrow, you can get, if you borrow FTM from them, you also get reward for 42% APR on Geist token. Now let's take a look at their document. I think that is very important. So again, Geist is a decentralized non-custodian. I think the big difference between them is they want to respect, then not respect. They want to differentiate themselves as having no governments and also no VCs. Right, all the rewards, the revenue earned from the platform goes back to the token holders and liquidity providers. Now we take a look at the rewards. So if you lend and borrow money, you actually get the Geist token reward. Or if you provide the Geist FTM liquidity pool, you also get the Geist reward. You also get airdrop if you supply it on Curve. So the reward, there's a penalty, right? So because if they give you reward immediately and you dump, then it will be very bad for the ecosystem or rather the platform. So the penalty is you need to at least hold for 90 days. Otherwise, they will deduct 50% of the reward. So if you take a look, if you actually stake, right? If you just stake, you can exit anytime. Still, when they say you exit anytime, you face a 50% penalty, right? So that's and you only earn platform fees. But if you choose to lock your guys, then you can earn platform fees and also penalty fees. But when they say lock, they really lock. That means you cannot exit early anymore. Right? Once you throw it inside, you have to lock for 3 months. Then another thing that I want to share is the team, the multi-sig, right? So because the team is anonymous, so there's a chance that people are worried about such platform. So people, you can rug pull, right? Potential rug pull. So this is a multi-sig where if they want to make any changes to their code, they actually require 5 people to sign on it, 3 out of 5 to sign on it. And these 5 people are pretty high profile. You can see for the name here, right? From Faun Foundation, Spooky Swap, right? DeFi Llama, guys. So all these people are well known, at least in the Phantom industry or even in the DeFi industry. So can trust them. And there's also a time lock with a 2-day delay. So I think in terms of transparency, when I visit the Telegram group, the team is also very transparent. So when I saw that they were coming up, I jumped in. I jumped in to start to farm. Why? Because when it first started, the APY that they were giving for their liquidity pool was super crazy. They were giving about 10,000 APY. So right now I want to share some of my learnings because so for this I also run a Excel sheet because I want to track what's the experience, right, for to farm in a in a new farm, and also where the APY is super high. So when I entered, the APY was about 10,000. I put in a total about 2,800. It's a mix of USDT and also FTM because I have to swap over. So all in all, right now, I'm down about 20. So for me, the cost of taking part in the liquidity pool was about, the total value was $1,000. At that time when I go in, because I think I go in day 2 or day 3, then the price was about $8. But now it's about $1.95. So very painful. In a typical scenario, reason is because, so I'm going to walk you through my setup. So again, when I took part in the liquidity pool, you can see that the total amount that I put in, the value is about 967. After this is after some fees, right? But its total is about, let's say, 1,000. The revenue for us to do farming, the price is of course price of the farming token, right? Which is Geist. So at that period of time, it goes up to $10 at the high. Then we also have quantity. So the formula is actually price times quantity. Then quantity is actually made out of the daily APR, right? So you have to change APY to APR, then divide by 365 to get daily APR, multiply by the value of the liquidity pool, which is this $1,000. So when the price of Geist was 1,000 and the daily APR is about 1.21, I'm a happy man, right? Because I make about 12 tokens a day. So 12 token times $10, that's about 120, right? So that is superpower passive income, right? So 120 because I put $1,000 in. So in that situation, if the price continues to go up, it's a big plus, right? Even though the APY will come down because there will be more people jumping into the farm, right? So this APY for sure will come down. Then the second thing I want to share is you can see it comes down very fast, right? So it comes down to 7,800. Then my value still retain. It's just that this speed of the quantity generated starts to slow down, okay, or maybe don't slow a lot. And I'm still on the upside, right? So I'm able to get 111. Of course, if I vest this out, I have to minus 50% of it. But let's just take this value on hand first. So let's say even guys drop to $9, the APY goes down to 7.8K, still manageable, right? So gets about 10 tokens or 9 tokens a day. At $9, you still can cover and make a good, decent passive income from that. The painful part comes when the price of the farm, or it's not goes up. This is an error. Price of the farming token goes down significantly, right? So like now, let's say guys goes to $2, and the percentage, the speed, or rather the quantity generated also goes down significantly, right? So that becomes painful. Then triple the pain with, because this is a guys an FTM liquidity pool, both this price goes down, correct? Recently price goes down to 2 FTM, now is $1.98. So this whole value of the liquidity pool drops significantly. Then this become very, very painful already, because you'll be earning 4 tokens and you are only getting let's say about $8 a day. So this becomes very painful. So this is just an accumulation of the screenshots that I show you. So this is a screenshot of the accumulation. So there's a plane flying right now. So please pardon the sound. So here's my learning, right? So this is the guys and FTM pool. I'm actually exposed to 2 assets. So when these 2 prices goes down, it becomes very painful for me, or rather for the liquidity pool or the farm I'm in. Then I also think of people have been talking about using stablecoin to farm, right? Later I have a screenshot to show you. But the challenge here is you need to have huge capital. If you do not have huge capital, it will also be very painful also. Might not be as painful as me right now because you are taking a triple hit where let me go back, where the price of the farming token comes down, where the APY comes down, and also the liquidity pool value comes down, right? Last is that the capital fleeing the platform is a lot faster than I expected, right? It's much more faster. So not say compare, but let's say maybe 2 months ago, right? Or rather we go back to the time where it was a Matic, then money maybe flow to Avalanche. It takes some time for the money to breach across. People might not leave the farms immediately. But in this case, these guys, this phantom farm, right? People just, boom, flee. It's like super fast. They just, maybe 2-3 days after Harmony launch Curve, or there's a liquidity mining program of Harmony, right? The money just boom, like just suck over from Harmony. So how can you see this is, so let me run this. Let me see DeFi Llama. This is just a gauge lah. So you can see so this is Geist Finance. You can see this coming up, they chong up, then after that starts to taper down, right? It's still very high. I mean, at least it's the second highest in the Phantom network. So there's still strong potential. But if you go over and see Harmony, you can see, you can roughly guess where the money is going. Go over back to Harmony. Then you can play over in DeFi Kingdom, right? So this is one of the fastest growing one. And also Sushi, which also have Harmony. And of course, the big player, the blue chip Curve, also integrate with Harmony. So this was quite unexpected. I mean, unexpected in the sense that everyone is chasing yield, right? Nothing wrong with that. It's just the move is super fast, right? If you are into yield farming, and if you are taking the approach where, you are doing a liquidity pool farming, like not using stablecoin, then you need to be very careful, right? You need to be on the ball, like always be monitoring. So today you can also argue that you can use stable coin to farm, right? In this case, you can be, so let's say if you provide USDT, then you get 8%. You provide DAI, you get 5%. You provide USDC, you get 4.2%. Then in this case, you are not exposed to the asset pricing, right? Because these are always tied to $1. Then you will be getting the coins, right? So let's say every day you earn 2 coins, right? Or every day you earn 1 Geist. Even Geist drop from $10 to $2, you are not affected, right? But this is very slow unless you tell me you have 5 digit. Let's say you throw in 20k, 30k. Otherwise, if you want to have a significant like degen, right? If you want to degen, then will be very hard. So this play for me right now is kind of like a degen. So that's why I actually put in the tracking numbers to see what is the impact. There's another strategy that we can talk later on. Is some people, they use assets like, for example, Ethereum to borrow. Then they borrow Phantom. Then they go and put into liquidity pool, right? But that's another thing altogether. So what is my next step, right? Do I want to stop loss, like take everything out? So if I take everything out, so let me go back. So if I take everything out right now, so let me go to my dashboard and share. If I take everything right now, so this will be half, right? So I have 75, so I get back about 500. So I lost sort of like 50%. Oh, but I also have some assets here that are running. That's why I count them as total. So FTM I also have here 1,005. Then FTM plus this FUSD together, that's about 1,004. So about 2,000. Then also I borrow 300. Then I put in spell. So it's still not that painful. So it's quite hard to count sometimes because running all that numbers. And I also have locked my guys over here. So because I'm earning the penalty fees and the platform fees a little bit only, like $14. So whether is it to cut loss, that means cut loss, I get back all this, I exit everything, except for this I cannot exit, right? This guys lock one, I cannot exit. But I'm thinking not to. It's every 2 days I go in and put it into a lock. Earlier on I share, if you lock, I think it's here. So let me go to lock. Lock and staking. Because if you do lock and you do, that means you get back 3 months later, you can get back the platform fees and the penalty fees. And with that, I think there is still a potential for this platform. So I'm going to put my sum over there. So the max loss I can handle will be 1,500, right? So that's if guys goes to 0 and everything close shop, then that's 1,500 because I still have a bit confused already by the setup. Because I still have my FTM here, right? So let's say I exit, I still have my stable coin here. Let's say I exit, everything I get back 1,400. Let's say plus minus 1,500. I put in about 2,008. Net, if the whole thing close shop, no more anger, then I lose about 50%. But if there's a potentiality for this to come back, then I am taking on that. So my next step is actually to vest the reward and lock it. So what am I going to do is every 2 days I am going to exit out from this pool, right? This 159 gets 75. After that, then I will put it into, I will lock it because I want to go for a long run and wait for it to expire in January and see how it goes and to earn the platform fees. So as you earn an array of platform fees, you actually earn some DAI, earn some guys, earn some Ethereum, earn some FTM, right? And also USDC. So that is the risk I'm willing to take right now. But these are my mistakes, so I want to share with you, right? So having high APY, like for example at the start, might not necessarily be a good thing to jump in. So my mistake was jumping in directly. I mean, even though the team is decent, jumping in so fast, but actually, I don't know, I really unexpected that the capital flow is so fast. But yeah, so that's one of my mistakes. Another mistake is that I have a triple hit of the situation over here. So where's the so the price of the Geist token 4, APY 4, and also the liquidity pool amount hit. So these are the three coming together. Yeah, so this is my life lah. So hopefully this life is useful for you to learn my mistake or any funny things or any things that you want to share with me. Also can leave comments that I should actually do A instead of B. I love to hear that. Also want to, before I go, I just want to share resources with you. One resource that I always learn, still learning. So Techie, this YouTube channel talks about yield farming. Actually, one of his number one rules is not to buy farm tokens. Right? So I actually broke his number one rule. So because I sort of like buy the farming tokens to put into the liquidity pool. So that's mistake one. And jumping straight in, even though the go into degen. But going into this kind of high APY pool, also need to be aware that this is sort of degen, so need to be careful also. But if you have high capital stable coin, then this kind of pools where you can sit comfortably for your stable coin, earn some money, earn some passive income, I thought it's not a bad deal. Then the lastly is because why do I still want to put inside? It's because of this. Right, so this is Phantom. So you can see Geist Network. Actually, the TVL is still the second highest in terms of all the protocols that are running. Right, so I'm just thinking that there's still potential to come. Let's see what happens. I'll keep you all updated. Also, I never really chat about. Hello, James. I saw your comment. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye bye.